Ready?
I'll let this chill here.
We have to make the sound in the microphone.
Ready? Rolling.
Hi, dreamers. Get nice and cozy. Life is tough, but we're growing together. Late night growth talks.
Hey dreamers, welcome to another episode of Late Night Growth Talks, getting a sneak peek on how young successful people in our society grew along the way. Today we are joined with a very special guest. You may know her from her collaborations with brands like Florence by Mills, Dolce & Gabbana, her insane love for math, her gorgeous phone personality, Malaika Guttoh.
Thank you.
Did I say your last name right? I've asked you this so many times.
Guttoh.
Guttoh. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, got you.
Yeah.
I've asked you this so many times. I don't know why.
I've heard insane variations of how my last name goes, so whatever's close, yes.
Also, you guys also may know Malaika from being in the background of all of our Late Night Growth Talks videos. Malaika's our producer.
Yeah, I sit in the back and I make sure everything goes good.
So it was really funny because Malaika opened up her gift, sat with us, and helped us see the setup. And she's seen it so many times, but she's actually sitting in the seat today.
Yes, here I am.
No, she's here. Malaika, I'm pretty sure you know how the program works.
Yes, I know.
But I'm
how it
going to
goes.
reiterate it to you anyway.
Of course.
So we're separated into 4 sections now. It used to be 3, but we have 4. So it's the route, the climb, Dear Dreamers, and the dream. So the route is organized basically talking about where you come from, your traditions, your families, things like that, where you come from. And the climb is talking about your habits, your motivations, things that got you through hard times, and how you develop your character. For Dreamers is talking about, from our viewers, getting specific questions that they wanted to ask you personally about your life that weren't included in the questions that we have. And then lastly, we have the dream, which is the fun part, which is where you see yourself, your final destination, success.
Perfect.
Does that sound good?
She's
heard this so many times, guys. It's so awkward.
No, I'm ready to rock and roll.
No,
I'm
I
an
love
actress.
it.
Okay, this can be the first time. If
No,
you wanted
absolutely.
to
And
be
also
the
she's
first
an
time.
actress too on top of that. I need to watch that Christmas movie that you were in. Starting with the route. Where are you from, and what does your family layout look like?
Okay, so I'm from Tampa. I've lived with my mom most of my life before going to college. And then my parents are separated. They separated when I was about 5. And my dad and my stepmom moved to a little city near San Francisco. It's called Livermore. It's in the valley. And I have one little sister from her. Most of my dad's side of the family, I have a few cousins that live here in the States, but most of them are from Kenya, where he's from Kenya. I've been there a few times and absolutely love it. And then my mom's family, they're close to Florida. I think my aunt just moved to North Carolina. But yeah, it's not that big on my mom's side, but my dad's side of the family is
really big.
Huge. Some people I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were my cousin. Nice to meet you after living 20 years on life, and I'm like, I've never known you before. Okay.
No, honestly, I feel like that's with most of I guess minority families, usually white families are really, really small, and they're really itty bitty, and then Latinos and people from the
ethnic,
Caribbean,
yeah.
Ethnic people have such big families. It's insane. Remember, you always talk about your little sister and being a big sister. How does it feel being a big sister, and how also what's the age gap?
So we're 15 years apart.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she's 4, and since I don't live with her, I'm not that close. I visit as much as I can, but I feel more like the fun aunt.
Okay.
Which I love.
That's cute.
I'm also grateful that we do have that large age gap because I didn't have to share my parents. When she was born, I was at that age where I was like, oh, I can give you my love, all of my love as well, and I don't necessarily have to compete. So I feel like our relationship growing up is going to be very, very much, it's going to be a fun dynamic.
I feel like the cool aunt is what every girl strives to be.
Exactly. We just go out and do things your parents won't necessarily let you do.
Very true. And you'll teach her other things, and you're like, oh, mom told you that? Okay, we're gonna go and do something else. I know you love your sister. I feel like every time that you go back and you just came back to Tampa, and the first thing that you were like, oh, I want to see my sister, and I'm like, what about your parents?
I know.
No, but I think that's so cute, and I've seen her, and she's so so sweet and cute.
She's adorable.
She has
She's
glasses,
so smart.
right?
No
glasses.
No glasses. She has the longest, most beautiful hair ever. I'm so jealous. Why didn't I get those genes, first of all? But second of all, she's so intelligent. I'm wowed by how smart she is, her vocabulary, everything. She's learning 3 languages.
What 3 languages?
Russian, English, and then Spanish in school.
That's crazy. Why Russian?
Because my family is Ukrainian. My stepmom's family is Ukrainian.
Oh, so that's crazy.
Yeah, so she's half Ukrainian. And
wow,
half
and have they traveled?
So I think my dad has gone, but I mean, since the recent war,
what's going on, you don't want to go.
She's been, by the age she can travel, it hasn't been safe for her to go, so they haven't gone with her. But my dad and my stepmom went, I think maybe once or twice, but I haven't gone.
I hear someone that's like trilingual. I'm always so jealous. Like I have friends that have like families from such different places around the world too. English, Spanish, and like Russian, which is like totally different parts of the world.
It is.
So cool. That's so cute. So what do you consider yourself, an extrovert, an introvert, an ambivert?
I'm definitely an extrovert.
In general?
In general.
I love it.
Yeah. Unless it's authority, I will do whatever the F I want to do. If I'm confident in myself, like I will go up to people, I'll talk to people, I'll do this in public. Like I have friends that are like, Malaika, like you're embarrassing me. I'm like, girl, come do it with me. You're not embarrassing me. I feel like I'm definitely an extrovert. Yeah.
So you feel like you get energy from other people in general?
100%.
Of course, alone time is like super important, but do you feel like you don't need as much? Or do you feel like you're super, super out there when you're out and then you're like super in when you're in?
I've had a recent hard time having alone time, but I love going out and meeting with people and exchanging that energy. But I feel like I do like my alone time too.
I feel like that's everybody, guys. Like I feel like if you don't have alone time, you'll go crazy.
I agree.
And I feel like also like I think this is something that Malaika and I were talking about with like a friend, and we were talking about like going on solo dates for like a full day and like going out and going to a movie by yourself and like going out and taking yourself to dinner and like sitting and being okay with that. Do you think that's something you could do?
Oh my gosh, yes. Actually, I took myself on a solo date to the mall and I bought a bunch of stuff, which I think was just an excuse to go shopping. But I called it a solo date and I recorded the whole thing. And I spent way too much money. I know.
That's so cute.
Yes. The series will continue.
Yes. One of my greatest experiences was like I went on like a full solo day. Like it wasn't just like one activity. I remember I went to like go get lunch, and I went to go get like my hair done. I went to lunch. I went to go see Wicked when it first came out, and then I got like a massage at the mall too, and then I came home and it was like a full day. It was like the most therapeutic thing, and I also recommend it to anyone that wants to go. Like please. Yes. It's really awesome to have the time alone. What are people's usual first impressions of you, and are they usually right?
I've gotten a lot that I'm intimidating.
Yeah.
Which I can see how I'm intimidating. I don't try to be intimidating. I have a big personality.
Yeah.
Which I think they're wrong, but like I can see how they're right in the moment.
You can see how you could be like, if you saw yourself, you could be like, okay.
I'd be like, okay. Then I'm all giggles and fun and bubbles.
No, absolutely. I remember because Malaika and I go to the same university, and I remember when I would see you, like I think I saw you one time before we met, and you looked so like, don't talk to me.
Oh my gosh.
Because you look so locked in.
If you see me on campus, I'm model walking. I'm strutting through campus with my AirPods in, like zoom, like no one,
you can't stop her.
No, like no one can stop me. Like. Yeah. The college between classes is my runway. Yes.
No, I love it. Like it was great, but also it's the same time where it's like I can't go up to this girl. Like she seems gorgeous with her Lululemon and like everything cute, and like I'm like, I wouldn't have gone up to you because you're so focused that like I don't even think I could have stopped in your tracks unless you ran me over and stopped to like help me pick up my stuff. Like there's no way.
I know. I need to like start strolling.
No, you have to like dilly dally.
Yeah, like, dilly dally a little bit.
Like, move around and like enjoy the space. Like exactly. You know, when I actually got to see you in conversation, like the first thing you did was smile. It wasn't too hard to like get a good vibe from you. But that was really glad. Cool. So what do you think are your main motivations in life? That did you see how that like dove really fast? What are your main motivations in general, like right now? It doesn't have to be in like life in general, because of course you're still very young, but what are your main motivations like right now?
I feel like my main motivations are to experience everything that I can possibly experience.
I love that.
Is that in like meeting people, traveling, trying new things, making the most out of what I have. What I wrote in my college essay, which I always talk about because I love it so much, I want to make an impact like in the world, but I don't care if people know who I am. Like, yeah, we ride in an airplane and we're sitting in an airplane and we think like, wow, an airplane is a great invention. We don't know who made it. We don't know all the people that put into it, but like we're sitting in an airplane flying through the air. Like that's insane. Like I want to do something, or I want to like work on something like that like leaves such a lasting impact.
But like kind of like be like comfortable in the background.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that.
Make the world a better place.
I think that's a really reasonable thing, because I feel like now it's all about like fame and like, oh my God, I need to be like the front picture. And I feel like that's so exhausting over time.
It's a lot of work. And also when you do become famous, like your life changes and you can't really be yourself.
No, you can't do anything.
You have to constantly be thinking about, what are these people thinking? What are they going to do? What are the consequences of this certain specific one word that I say? Fame is not on my list of motivations.
But I find that so interesting, since you're modeling.
Yes. No, modeling was an opportunity. I took it. I love it. I've fallen in love because it's so much fun to just put on a persona, to be someone else. And the most important thing that I love is meeting all the people on set. You meet camera people, you meet producers, you meet hairstylists, makeup artists, and they all have their own story. And so if I am on set and I'm not physically shooting, I'm yapping. I'm talking to everybody who will possibly talk. Like I just want to learn more and more and more and more and more. But I feel like that's why I love modeling, and it's making money. So,
and you get to go like everywhere. Like you were just in Colombia.
Yeah, I was just in Colombia. I get to travel.
When would you have gone to Colombia if it wasn't for that?
I have no idea.
Even though like you're saying that you want the secluded life, but your face is on everything. No, but I feel like I could definitely see you like being in a secluded mansion in the woods, and I would come visit for the holidays.
Oh, I love it. I think it wouldn't be in the woods though. I'm very much a city girl.
Okay.
But
I feel like maybe like, because you know it's like country New York, maybe like New York in the country.
Yeah. I think I would go to LA.
Oh,
I think I would go like where they just burned down in LA.
Okay, like Hidden Hills.
Yeah. I don't exactly know the time. The
Okay. No.
I just know that there were mansions burned down in LA, and I can't think of the name of the city right now. But I want to be one of those mansions that doesn't get burned down.
Oh, sounds ideal.
Yes. That's the plan.
No, but I think they're called. I think Hidden Hills, where that's like where like the Kardashians live. The Palisades. That's
the
where
Palisades.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, but Hidden Hills is one of the neighborhoods in the Palisades.
Oh,
I think.
Okay. Wonderful.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Like having these aspirations to go and travel, I think that's what everyone wants, and I feel like having a job that like that's literally like what you can aspire for, like through your job, and you're getting paid and you get to meet all these people is like such a beautiful experience before you like get older, and especially since like you finished college, no? Like you're about to finish?
Yes, I graduate in December.
Woohoo! She's 20 and she graduates in December.
Yes.
Like that blows my mind. like implodes my mind. And the fact we're gonna get into this, guys, because the thing is like I'm also trying really hard not to have like a regular yap session with Malaika, because this is like how our yap sessions go, and it goes like this, and I'm trying to have some structure for you guys.
That's why we have the questions.
And we're trying to stick to them.
Yes. If Diana and I sit next to each other and we have an unlimited time to talk, there will never be an end.
Like there's been times where we've like worked out and then gone to Malaika's apartment, and then we're like, oh, what time is it? It's 2 a.m. Great.
Oh, I think I should.
I think I should go. Yeah. Like I think my parking is about to expire. It's the end of the route. You're also one of the fastest ones, as we have, but like you've also seen the struggle with all of that.
I know it makes it easy for you.
So now we're gonna move on to the climb. So to remind one more time, so the climb is talking about how you stayed resilient in hard times, your motivations, your rituals, your habits that keep you grounded as a person. Do you feel like you chose your career path, or did it choose you?
Ooh.
Because you have 2 career paths right now.
I didn't choose either career path, actually.
Okay, explain.
To my first career path, modeling and acting, I was scouted.
Cute, okay.
But then I loved it, and I worked so hard to be where I am right now. So it's not like it was handed to me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have seeked for it if I didn't know that the opportunity was there. Yeah. But I've definitely worked so hard now that knowing that, oh, it's a possibility. Oh, I can do something that I love. I'm also a marketing manager. I was the teacher assistant for my boss. In college. Year was ending, and she was like, I don't want to lose you. Do you want to come work for my company? And I was like, I'd be honored. I'd be honored. This job is amazing. I love it so much. I'm so happy. I work hard for it, but also I'm a statistics major. I'm majoring in statistics, minoring in biology. I wanted to be a biostatistician, do research. I have to get a PhD for all of that. And then now I'm doing marketing. And it's just like a whole like, wait, what? But I also feel like in my creative times, like I do a lot of social media, I do a lot of arts, I do a lot of acting, and I feel like that coming all together is something that I truly enjoy.
Yeah.
So either way, either path that I would have taken, I would have been happy with, but I'm very grateful that this path was opened up, because I don't think I would have gone that route if it wasn't for that opportunity.
The question's hard because it's all about like, it's very relative, but I feel like your careers kind of did choose you in a way, but you worked for them.
Yes.
So I feel like I feel like you had the opportunity that opened, and that's why you went towards most of your careers. So it kind of did choose you in a sense, but if you didn't put the work in, it wouldn't have gone to the level that you wanted.
Exactly.
So it's like a halvesies.
Yeah.
It's all about like how you think of it.
Yes.
So it's like half.
It's half and half. You love going through life with the idea of that what I want will come.
Yeah, like manifesting.
Manifesting everything. So grateful of all the things that have come from not even manifestation, but from just accepting all of the positive energy and energy amongst people and stuff like that.
Also, you know, it's something that I realized in life. I feel like when you work really, really hard for something, even if it's not the exact thing that you work directly for, like if like, let's say you want a very specific opportunity, like let's say I want to be, I don't know, I want this specific internship. Let's say I didn't get it and I worked really, really hard for it. Sometimes there's like this weird side window that's like, oh, like the work still amounts to something, but it's not necessarily that, if it makes sense. But it usually opens up to like a good, do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I think it fits perfectly in my situation.
Yeah, it's like when like I don't want to like I'm not like I don't want to make this super religious, but it's like when God closes the door, opens a window. Yes. It's like that, where it's like you could go directly for something that you want, and then like the next thing it could be from that energy that you put forward, but it's not, maybe won't be exactly what you want.
Yeah. It makes complete sense.
Like that's what I wanted to say, but I feel like that's what happened with all of your careers.
The one right now, because I've been putting all the effort and hard work into college, because I'm in the honors college.
And
that's where I met my professor.
Also you're taking like crazy classes.
I'm taking insane classes.
Yeah,
I'm taking insane classes as a statistics major. I bet many people watching are like, "Girl, what?"
I'm sorry, math. I could never. Like statistics? I literally had to take calc for business twice, and that's the easiest like that you could take.
But I love it. I'm that typological person. I love puzzles. I love solving things. I love figuring things out. I love Sudoku.
I love how your brain works. Like, I love watching how your brain works. And I've told you this on multiple occasions, but even like when we were playing pickleball, like the way that you catch the points and that like you could see your brain is so analytical.
It's very analytical.
I love watching your brain work. And I think only like math majors are like that. Like math and science majors.
Maybe other people are like that, but they just don't embrace it.
Oh wow, that was
I didn't mean for it to be that deep.
No, it was beautiful. You decided to move away from home in Tampa to come to Miami. How do you feel like that transition made a difference or affected you?
I think it was huge.
Okay.
So growing up, it was just me and my mom since I was 5.
Yeah.
And she really prepared me for being an adult. At the age that I was. So moving to Miami, I was so prepared, and I felt like I was so ready to live without my parents, to live on my own. And I first lived in my school university dorm. I loved it. I was so excited for all this freedom and all this opportunity to go to the grocery store and buy groceries and cook for myself and like plan when I'm gonna work out and make plans with other people. I wanted to be close to my family, but not too far away.
You feel like you were like super prepared for like living absolutely independently, since now you're like supporting yourself? Like your mom prepared you at a young age. Do you feel like you were ready for like that boost into adulthood where like, oh, I'm financially independent now, I have to pay for everything now?
I think it definitely worked. It built up to that because now being financially stable, if you asked me like a year ago, I don't think I would have been financially. I mean, what's the question?
It's okay. When you left home,
yes,
do you think that you were ready for the actual like full throttle adulthood, that like the financial things and like all of the things that you didn't have at home.
I'm
like,
ready.
do you think you were ready for like the full financial and everything that adulthood had once you left home?
Yes. I feel like yes. So before I moved out, the summer before my senior year, yes, I stayed in a model apartment in South Beach with my Miami agency, and I lived on my own for about a month.
Okay.
Little warm up, but I still had roommates, so I was able to warm up for a little bit. I say at that moment no, but I think it prepared me for what I needed to have in the future. I feel like I have responsibilities and I know how to take care of them. I was prepared to handle my money. I was prepared to handle my lifestyle, to know what I want, to do what I want. So I feel like I was prepared, but knowing myself now and knowing myself then, I've grown so much that if you would have asked me the same question, I would have been like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I knew what I was doing.
Most people, I think the biggest thing that like people that like leave home is like how much they realize that they didn't pay for. Like you realize how much you pay for, like your parents pay for, like even groceries, like in general. Like my friend that came from LA, like she went to LA, she moved, and she like has her own like situation there. It was like the worst. Like she was like, it hit her in the face because she was like, I didn't know that I had to pay for like everything. And once you start paying for like the hair products, the groceries, the little things that just start adding up, and you feel like you were fully like fine with everything once you started.
So as being in the industry for modeling and acting, I was well self-funded.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah.
So I haven't had to experience stressing about money.
Like financials.
First moved to Miami at the time, I was able to be financially supported by my boyfriend, which was wonderful. I was so grateful for. But as the time has continued, I've been finding myself of getting different ways of income and maybe I should not spend all my money on this and I need to start saving on this, and like being more mindful when I go grocery shopping and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I was prepared, but not too cocky.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like if I moved out, because I'm still living with my parents, I feel like I would like, it would be such a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially like even I went to the CVS to get like my hair products, and I saw like it was like $100-something for like all of the stuff, and like I'm like, oh, this is gonna last me like a month or two, but I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
Things are expensive.
Some of the things that I think about, like having dogs, I have 2 dogs, and I've been like taking care of them and paying for their stuff for a while, but I'm like, wow, dogs are expensive.
Yeah, and also God forbid you take them to the vet, or God forbid there's something wrong with them.
Yes.
Like God forbid, like even like because Malaika has 2 dogs. She has Roxy and Ruby. Ruby's a baby and Roxy's a little older. God forbid Roxy's getting older and like she has to have like some medication or some vitamins.
When she moved in with us, she had to get dental surgery.
Yeah, I remember.
At the hospital, which was expensive, but I was like, girl, like it's necessary. I definitely shed some tears when she was like under anesthesia, like driving home with her tongue sticking out. I was like, oh my god, you're so cute.
I would have laughed. I'm sorry, when my dogs are like looking weird or doing dumb things.
Okay, insert picture here.
Yeah, we're gonna insert a picture of Roxy
with her tongue sticking out with anesthesia.
Also, Roxy and Ruby are like the 2 most gorgeous, precious gremlins on this planet. Like, I love them both so much. I don't have a favorite.
Good.
I think Malaika knows who my favorite is, if she knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So they're my emotional support dogs. So to give you a better idea, Roxy is for anxiety and stress. So she's like calming.
Are they licensed?
Yeah.
I didn't know
She's like
this.
calming and stuff like that. And then Ruby is for depression because she's all happily and bubbly and she's like that. So the dogs are for different things, which that's what they made me write down on the paperwork.
Oh my god, I'm dead. That's amazing. I love the doggies and I love coming to Malaika's apartment.
I feel like sometimes my neighbors come over and they just want to see the dogs and they don't care about me. As the neighbors are in the audience currently watching.
Yeah, we have a live audience currently. Guys, the neighbors. Okay, so you're studying mathematics at university and you're about to graduate.
Yes.
Do you think that people overlook your intelligence because you model?
Yes. 100%. No, nobody would guess that. Unless unless we have like a very intelligent conversation. But I feel like when I'm modeling, when I'm doing something creative, people think like, oh, you have one mind and that's just your mind and that's just your whole thing. I feel like it's not very common for people to have a full creative brain and also have a full analytical brain. Yeah. Which even when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm statistics major, they're like, first, what? And their second, they're like, why statistics? Like, yeah. But I do feel like it's not what's expected. No.
I feel like it's a really odd conversation to come up with unless like they're asking about school and like getting some small talk in with you. But I feel like in modeling, when are they going to ask you to like recite pi?
Never.
Never. And you know, like, how many digits of pi do you know?
3.14159265358897932
Yay! I don't know how many digits that is, but we'll find out.
I don't know how many digits that is.
But I'm gonna count it like in editing, and this is how many digits she counted. No, but anyway, so what do you think is like the weirdest reaction that you got for someone that found out like you were a math major? In modeling, like
they're just like, no, like you're lying.
Oh, like is that usually like how it is?
No. A lot of people are just like
really?
Like, okay. No, but this person just wouldn't believe it. Like, I don't even know if they still believe it. Okay. When we left the conversation, they were just like, no, like you're joking, and I'm just like, no, I'm not joking. So yeah, and I'm graduating exactly.
No, that's crazy. But I feel like it's a weird thing because I feel like because it's such different sides of the spectrum.
Yes. You want to know? Sorry to interrupt.
No, interrupt me. Go ahead. Do you remember where you were interrupting me for?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to tell you why I got into math and why I love it so much.
Tell me.
Okay, so when I was in middle school, I had this wonderful teacher, Miss Bull, and I love her to death. I was in a Cambridge program at my charter middle school, so we had different uniforms and stuff, and we had higher curriculum, higher level thinking, and she moved up with me every single year of middle school, so 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, and she was the person to explain to me why math was what it was. Because I was the type of student where she was like, okay, this is an equation, and I'm like, why? Why is it that? Yeah. And she would explain it to me. And it would make sense. And that's why I feel like I love it. Because I feel like a lot of people go through math and they're like, okay, let me just write down a formula.
It's very like brainless.
Exactly. Let me just write down a formula, remember something, plug it in. But she would sit down and explain to me why. Yeah. I joined their math club. I think we got 2nd place my 8th grade year. It was great.
Were you like the president of the math club?
Yes.
That's so you.
I know. But like you wouldn't expect that from me.
No, but I feel like the more and more like I get to know you, I realize like, oh my god, that's so Malaika. Like that makes like to be the president of the math club and be like this model that like did volleyball in high school, and like it all makes sense the more and more I get to know you.
Yes. So she definitely inspired me. I babysat her daughter. I tutored her students when I went to college, the students that she had in high school. I'm not exactly sure, she moved somewhere, so I've been out of touch, but she's definitely like one of my like biggest inspirations for doing math. Like she made me fall in love with math.
How did she explain math to you that made you fall in love with math? Or was it just like in pieces?
Just anything. Think about geometry, right?
Okay, awesome.
And we're having a question about like, okay, let's find the circumference of this circle. And it's the formula 2 pi. Wait, what's the formula?
I don't know.
Yeah, not squared. Yeah, the area is squared, okay.
Yeah.
And the circumference is 2 pi r, and I'm like, why? Why is it 2 pi r? And she'd sit down and she'd tell me, well, pi is a number that they've calculated because of the circle of some diameter, and the reason why we find the circumference of something is if we need to cover it or something. I don't know how to do it. If you ask me how to explain it, I don't know, but she did it very, very well.
No, that makes sense. No, but also like, but having a teacher, I feel like teachers are so important, and it's so sad that they're underpaid.
I agree. Teachers are so important. So important.
Like I've had so many teachers that like change the way that like I think.
Yes.
And I feel like teachers need more compensation, guys.
Are we going to talk about volleyball?
No.
Okay, I'll talk about volleyball.
Do you want to talk about volleyball?
Yeah.
Talk about volleyball.
Okay. I played travel volleyball for 10 years. When I was 8 to when I was 18.
Beautiful.
I played club volleyball, and then I played high school volleyball.
I didn't realize you played for that long. That was forever.
Yes. I tried out soccer. I just stood there. I didn't chase the ball. I never tried out basketball. I think then I just tried volleyball, and I was like, wow, like I love this. I love it so much. I got all of my energy out. I was a kid that had so much energy. My parents were like, what do I do with you? I would run, I would sing, I would jump, I would skip. I would do everything possible just to get energy out.
Up the sidewalk.
Exactly. So on like the teams, on the volleyball teams, I would be the one running to get the ball like when the ball was shanked or something, I would always be the one running to get it. Like I would be the cheerleader. I'd be jumping up and down like at the net. Like sometimes I actually got called on it once in a tournament, and they're like, you're being too distracting at the net. And I'm like, I'm really not trying to be. I'm so sorry. I'm just moving. Like I fell in love with the sport, and I fell in love that it was a team. Because I'm an only child. Well, I grew up an only child. So having volleyball and having that group of friends was so important to me. And also having to be able to see them almost every single day of the week was amazing. It was something that I could look forward to and play with them. And I was really good at it. Like I loved it.
Also, you're really tall.
Yes.
Which I think also contributed.
Yes, it was helpful. Very helpful. I went to high school. I was JV my first year, and then varsity my last 3 years. And then I was 18, my senior year of high school and my last season of club. I was captain of both teams, which was so amazing.
Was that a lot of work?
I feel like I always just take a leadership personality when I'm in a group, which is also kind of why I'm intimidating a little bit. But I always think about like, okay, this is gonna be what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do great. And I loved motivating my team, making sure that everybody was in a good mood, and like making sure the dynamics were good. So I enjoyed being a captain.
I love it. I can definitely see that for you.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoy the sport. And I was so sad when I didn't continue in college, because I was like, I'm going to put my academics first and go to a D1 school for academics and not D2 school for volleyball. And I wish I actually play more. I don't actually play that much.
Have you ever played since you started college?
I bawled my eyes out when it was my last tournament, taking off my knee pads, unstrapping my ankle braces. It was dramatic.
Have you played since you left?
I've played beach for fun.
Okay.
But I haven't played court. No.
Oh my God, it's been forever. We have to do that. I can't even relate to being in sports, because I was like an orchestra kid. So I was like the opposite side of the spectrum. Even though like I did like physical things, I feel like sports could have been like some sort of calling, because I was like naturally good at sports. Like I liked playing tennis and like doing things. But like I was never given the opportunity to be in sports, because orchestra was just like a cool opportunity that I was given. But honestly, I wouldn't trade for orchestra.
I feel like when I got to high school, I had to decide, because I did vocal and piano lessons for 7 years.
Oh, so yeah. You were double dipping in so many things.
I know. Once I got to high school, I was like, I don't have time for anything else. Like I have to cut something out, and I cut out vocal and piano, and I continued playing volleyball. And then when I got to college, I was like, I had to cut out volleyball, but they were necessary. They made my life growing up fun, which was good. And I've always lived a life that's been like boom, 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 busy, 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 this, that.
That's why I feel like we get along.
I agree.
Because we're very like that.
Yes.
Like I live like that too.
Yes.
Like I'm always like everything in high school, everything in middle school, all these clubs. And I feel like I'm glad that we get along that way. When you were 16 versus like being a grown woman now, I feel like a lot happens in between there. Do you feel like you ever questioned your body image as like a person or as a woman? And how do you feel like you coped with that? Also, the way that we dived.
Girl.
I told you, you've seen this.
I know. 110%, and I still am. I don't think it'll ever go away. I don't think thinking about my body image is crucial to sustaining my career as a model. That I'm constantly, I mean, it's something that I've worked on since then, is not comparing myself to others, but I'm still comparing myself to myself. To what I think the best ability that I can be. But also when I was 16, my body looked a lot different than what it looks like right now.
You became a woman.
Exactly. I've become a woman. My body has changed. So the different ways that modeling is different. Like when I was 18, I could do high fashion. My measurements were high fashion ability. My measurements are not high fashion right now, which means I'm going to shift more. I've been shifting more into beauty and lifestyle and fitness, which honestly I like better. because I have that comfortability to say, oh, my body looks good and I'm happy in it, even though it's not exactly strictly what the guidelines say it should be, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've had some struggle with eating disorders last year, but I was able to get some help talking to a nutritionist.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like the most important thing is to just notice that you have it and then seek help. Very most important thing.
Yeah.
And also to have people support you, around you, and listen and take the time to say that, yeah, it's okay that you did this, but let's work through it and let's do something better. So it's definitely my relationship with food, which probably for a lot of people isn't an amazing relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like now we're growing up in the day and age where technology is so abundant.
In social media,
exactly, is so abundant that everybody's constantly comparing themselves online and constantly comparing themselves to people that they see on TV. So I feel like right now probably everybody is dealing with self-image issues, and I don't think they're gonna go away. I think it's important to care for yourself in a way that's healthy and appreciate what your body can do versus what it can't do.
Yeah.
My body, I can work out. I worked out 3 times yesterday. I have
3 times?
3 times, yeah.
Why?
I did yoga. I did yoga with Carla, and then I went to a cycling class with Giselle, and then we came and played pickleball. My calf hates me.
Oh my God.
I've been limping all day.
Did you collapse at the end of the day?
I've been limping all day.
Oh my God. 3 times?
I'm saying, like, my body can do that.
Yeah.
I'm a healthy person. I don't care what it looks like, actually. I'm able to do all these things that I enjoy and that I love, and my body's going to support me through that. So
who cares?
It's great. Exactly.
That's so cute.
Yes, that's my inspirational moment right now for you, the viewers.
Yes. To ask, so when you do feel like you're getting into like a spiral where you are thinking of yourself negatively or thinking of your body negatively, what do you usually do to kind of back yourself away from that, or like reaffirm like the more positive sides? Is there something that you do where you just remind yourself kind of like what you did, like, oh, my body is like capable and like that's what I want it to be and it doesn't matter what it looks like? Or do you like, how do you like wind yourself down when you have like negative thoughts coming towards your body?
So when I have negative thoughts coming towards my body, I usually for the next couple of days try to wear things where I feel beautiful, like clothes that are flattering on me, that I feel confident going out in. Not like a crop top and low-rise jeans. Like I'll probably wear something that's like cinching or something that makes me feel good about myself. And also I try to prioritize eating healthy and eating enough food, which is very important, but trying to make it fun. Also hanging out with other people, because I'm the type of person, like, I'm off of someone else's energy, so when they're happy, I'm happy, and when they love their body, I love my body.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just having people to like go through something around, like show that you're not like isolating, because I feel like when you have such negative thoughts or like people are going through negative situations, it's so isolating and you feel like you're the only one that thinks of that. But then most of the times in a group, you're just like, I've been feeling this way. And it changes the whole trajectory of how you're thinking, because you're like, oh, I'm like super insecure about my body, and they're just like, girl, I felt like that like all of last week, and you guys can like bond over it. Or like, especially with women, because every woman that I've ever met has been like at some point where they weren't fun with how they looked, especially like in their body. I do want to say that one thing that I'm not very fond of is when someone talks about their body and then the person that they're talking to it about compares their body to theirs. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Because everybody's different, even if it's not exactly what you're thinking. Like genetically, like you have a totally different build, and I fully get what you're saying. Where like I feel like so many people, especially like people that are different heights or different body shapes, or like that are curvier, and you're just like, oh, I wish I was so skinny, but I'm like, we're not the same. If we ate the same things, we probably wouldn't get the same result. And that's why also I feel like I hate like certain personal trainers that like come with the gym or like whatever, because they'll like put you in this like demographic that's like, oh, this is what you can eat and this is what you should do, and like, but that's not me. And I feel like that's why I love having like, I feel like most people especially like in Miami where you see such a different variety of people. You get to see so many different body types and hair textures and skin types, and it's all cool. And like I feel like being around different people that like all accept each other is like really cool, and especially with body image.
Yeah, 100%. Beautifully said.
Oh, thank you. No, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100% I get what you're saying.
No, yeah, but I hate when people are just like, oh, like you should eat this and like you'll be skinnier. I'm like, what if their body's just not meant to do that? It's true. Not like that. Like it's just not, and that's why I hate when, yeah, and I also feel like it's important to validate someone's feelings when they are feeling that way. If they are feeling like they're not liking their body, say, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So let me help you. Yeah. Like, what can I do to help you? Yeah. Instead of saying like, oh, well, yeah, actually, like I'm really bloated today. Like, I wish I looked like you. Not the best thing to hear. Good. I feel like acknowledging it is better than like putting yourself down to make them feel better.
Exactly. 100. Boom. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say the whole time. Diana just, yes.
No, because I feel like that a lot of times it's usually just like, it's that comparison. Or like, let's say like I didn't go to the gym and I'm just like, oh my God, I wish I had abs like yours. I'm like flabby or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that either. Like, I don't want you to put like, and then I'm going to be like, no girl, like, what do you mean? And then it's this whole cycle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I said before, there's not one woman or person that I've met that hasn't struggled with like some sort of body issues, especially since we're so young and we're constantly in these cycles of different changes. Like literally how our bodies looked 2 years ago is not how they look right now.
No, we're going through so many hormones, so many changes with our body type, our eating habits, even our lifestyle is so different that you can't blame yourself. Because you just have to live life and enjoy the body that you have. Yeah. While you have it, because you might get wrinkly one day.
Very true. And that doesn't make it like a bad body that you have.
You'll be like, man, I wish I loved my body then. So instead of regretting, love your body now.
Oh
yes, you're welcome.
The way we have a live audience. No, I wanted to quote, remember Gami's episode, the first episode, Camila Yordi, if you guys want to look back at her first episode, she talked about how with most people like talking about being grateful, and she said that like people with disabilities are strong, but let's say you're missing a leg, and like how like athletes are constantly like pushing to do better, but they don't appreciate the fact that they can simply run when some people can't run and they don't have their leg or like something like that. And there's so many things that like you have to be grateful. Like you have a pair of lungs that can breathe. You have eyes that can see. You have a nose that can breathe. You have a body that's willing to like that like withstands everything that you put through, like you put it throughout the day. Exactly. And like feet that can walk and take you places.
And you have to take care of it. Like wellness and self-care is so important. Me personally, I need to start prioritizing that. If you have the time and the energy, every extra moment that you have should be taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that wellness now has been so like seen as like aesthetic, where it's like you can like take care of yourself, but then it's only seen as it's supposed to be like this very like aesthetic thing where it's like, oh, like how I look outside, like it doesn't match the inside. You're drinking your green juice, but it's all about how like, oh my God, I'm drinking my green juice, you know? Malika, I'm not trying to flame you.
Guys, that's me.
No, but I'm saying like, but you get the vibe where it's like so many people would like,
it's fake. There's a lot of times where it's fake online.
It's very fake.
So it's not, your wellness doesn't have to look like the last video I posted. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to look
like also like I feel like in general like drinking more water and like things like it doesn't have to look perfect. It has to look whatever works for you. And I feel like you don't have to look like you can go to the gym and not be wearing like the brand new Lululemon set like and whatever and look like this girl or whatever that's at the gym with you. It doesn't matter. And I feel like so many people get so intimidated because they're expecting to look like another person, and you also have no idea what they went through to go to like look like that. Jim, have you ever had it where like you'll see someone that's like very like gorgeous human, and you'll be like, oh my God, like have you ever seen like a specimen at the gym, like a girl?
Yes.
And I'm like, and she's like ripped and everything.
Yes.
I've seen that, and like I feel like
what's the first thing that you think?
I think that she's probably really sweet.
I think that she put in a lot of work.
That too.
That's what I think.
At least for the girl that I saw, she looked super nice. And I remember I came up to her and I complimented her, and I'm just like you're like, because her back was crazy, Like I saw her back, and her back muscles were so strong and awesome and defined. Like she had like a demon back as a woman, and like I think that's so crazy. And I'm like, your back looks amazing. And then she's like, oh, thank you, sweetie. And then they know how much work they put in, so it's like it's super cool, and they're also very welcoming with that.
Exactly. I think it's so nice to compliment someone, even if you just think it. Just a tiny thought. Just say it. Just say it.
It's really nice. It's never gonna go wrong.
It's gonna make every single person feel better. It's gonna make you feel better that you made someone else feel better, and it's gonna make them be like, wow, like someone recognized that. Like, okay, the work I'm putting in is doing good, or like, wow, I did my hair this morning, it's doing good, or like, wow, like I'm wearing no makeup and she still thought I was pretty. Like maybe I should do this more often. So just say it when you think it.
I love that.
Yes.
Compliment strangers, guys. The randomest thing. This is not gonna be in. Yes.
What's the randomest thing?
The randomest thing?
Yes.
I was on my scooter this morning, and then there was a guy that heckled me from his car saying, oh, you, like, beautiful hair. So random, but it was like respectful.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I didn't even see who the guy was. Anyway. End of the climb.
Perfect.
So now we're gonna go to Dear Dreamers.
Dear Dreamers.
So these are all questions that people have asked specifically for you.
Okay.
And we've, like, the first question is something that a lot of people already asked, but it was like multiple people asked this question.
Uh-oh.
So what do you think is the hardest thing about your line of work? You have so many lines of work, it's hard, but I think they're also talking about modeling specifically.
Yes, I think so as well. I think the hardest part is to not give up, because there is so much rejection that even for me, when I'm doing a self-tape or when I'm doing an audition, I get it, I work hard on it, I record it, I submit it, and I move on.
Yeah.
I'm not lingering on, oh, are they going to pick me? Because in the industry, they tell you yes or they tell you nothing.
Yeah.
They don't tell you no, if that makes sense. So there's always that time of like, oh, you're waiting. Oh, did I get this? Did I not get this? Why didn't they pick me? Maybe they didn't want me. You have to think, like, there's so many people that they have to choose from on this role. Maybe they just wanted someone who was 2 feet taller. That's not even anything that you can control. Maybe it was just the vision in their head. Maybe they wanted someone with a slight accent. You never know what they want. You're never going to be like the perfect person for every single role or for every single thing. Yeah. Exactly. It's never your fault.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. If you're putting in the work and you're putting in the effort and you don't get chosen, it's not your fault. It's just the vision that they wanted. And I feel like I get so many no's that you just have to be optimistic for the yes. You just have to be optimistic for the next yes. Okay.
I love that. So next one. So do you ever feel pressure of pursuing one path over the other, since you have so many careers?
Oh my gosh. Yes. All the time. I feel so much pressure because it's hard to not be able to put all of my time and energy into one thing. That sometimes I feel like, oh shoot, like if I just did this one thing better, maybe I'd be so good at this one thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not like amazing at one thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I feel the same. Like I feel the same. Like I feel like also like just our age is meant for exploration.
I agree.
And I feel like if you didn't turn over all of your rocks, like now, and like doing this media job, going with modeling, going with statistics, and touching all of these things and understanding what you like and don't like, like I feel like you would miss out.
I agree.
And I feel like even with the same, like I feel like once you find the thing that you like, you'll put all of your time and energy and you'll be amazing at it. But now you don't have to be amazing at anything. You just have to like figure things out for your age.
I agree. You're so insightful. I don't know what else to add to that. That was perfect.
I'm very used to this. Well, like it's like,
okay, Roy has something to say.
Next thing.
Roy has something to say.
That was the best bit so far tonight.
That one?
That little clip, that question from start to finish was the best clip so far.
Beautiful. I love it. What advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
Ooh. What advice?
Because that's when like everything kind of really went
what
for it.
advice would I give to my 16-year-old self? To take a breath. Think about what you have right now and appreciate it, and keep working towards it. But you don't have to run yourself into the ground. When I was 16, I was trying to do every single thing so hard, so much. Like, I graduated high school with my AA.
Yeah.
I was so drilled into getting my school done. I was so drilled into keeping my body right. I was so drilled into every little aspect of my life that, like, I don't even remember being 16. Like, it was just so much that I didn't take the time to just, like, enjoy the time that I had then. That's what I would say. But I also, you worked hard, Malaika. Good job. Now I can enjoy my life now because of you then. But, like, I appreciate it, but I would tell myself to just, like, chill out a little bit. It's okay. Like, there's time. It's okay.
I feel like most overachievers, especially like with, I think the anxiety that comes from overachieving is that you think that, like, if you don't work right now, it won't happen for you. And, like, that there's no time. Like, there's no time for anything else.
You definitely hold yourself up to this high pedestal of, like, you have to be perfect. Yeah. And there's no faults. I know that when I first was applying to colleges, I applied to UM and to a scholarship. And this was over winter break. And they sent me an email back and they're like, okay, you're one of our finalists. We just need one more email from you. And I completely missed the email. I missed it. I would have gotten probably a full ride, and I was devastated. But they gave me 1 week to send this email, and Christmas and New Year's were in this week span. Yeah. So I don't blame myself, but I was devastated for weeks. It was, like, heart-wrenching. I was, like, so mad at myself. I blamed myself, all this other stuff, which now I understand it worked out for the better. I really love the experience that I have at FIU and, like, what FIU has given me and the people that I've met, that I wouldn't change it for anything.
You wouldn't have met Jazz or anybody.
I probably would have met a new set of people that weren't as cool as the people that I have right now. And I probably wouldn't have felt as comfortable at at UM. I also feel like I would have just done statistics so hard that I wouldn't have explored the other things in my life just because of that opportunity. So I'm grateful for that. But that one moment in my life, I was like, damn, like, I messed up. And that's not okay, but it is okay.
But I think also I really believe in, like, somewhat fate and that things are meant for you in a certain way.
Things will happen.
And I feel like, of course, you were, like, really, really going for statistics, and UM would have been, like, the full academic route that you wanted. But I feel like you wouldn't have, like, had the life that you would have wanted at the end of the day.
I agree. And, like, weighing my options, I think that going to FIU was an amazing option. It was an amazing option. So I did end up getting a partial scholarship at UM, which was amazing. I'm so grateful for that.
Doesn't even, like,
no, UM's tuition's $100,000 a year this year. $100,000 a year is crazy.
And I think it passed up Harvard.
Wow. I mean, it is I don't know why, but my options going into college were a half scholarship at UM,
which would have been like $50K a year.
$50K a year
out of pocket. Malaika.
or FIU paying me to be a student.
Hello.
Yeah. So I think it worked out amazing. Like, it worked out great. It worked out in the best of my favor, and I'm so grateful for that. It was meant to be.
And look where you are.
Yeah.
And I don't think we wouldn't even be sitting here if Malaika didn't go to FIU.
No, we wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't have known half the people that I know right now. Most of
you wouldn't know Carla and Roy.
No, because I would have moved. No, you would have moved to UM. Oh my gosh! All of these aspects close to me in my life right now. Like, all of the friends that are close to me in my life right now, except one, Ella, love you, girl. I've met in the past year. Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. We just finished Dear Dreamers. Now we're going to get into the dream.
Wait, you might want to say that again? I cleared my throat in the microphone.
No, girl. I've been, like, sniffling in this mic.
No, but, like, it was loud. You should just say that again.
How did you do it? Oh, lovely. That was, like, the Katy Perry, like, ribbit. Have you seen her do that?
Girl,
I'm going to show you. Okay.
I'm terrified of that, actually.
Okay, so we finished the Dear Dreamers section. Now we're going to get into the dream. So kind of like just reiterating what the dream is, it's talking about your final destination. What does success look like now versus when you were 16?
Oh my goodness. Success right now looks like me living life and having fun. And
I feel like at 16 it was not that.
no. 16, I wanted to be a biostatistician and do biomedical research for a pharmaceutical company and like work on vaccines and public health and do environmental science studies. At 16, that was success. Also in modeling, 16 was like working for these high fashion magazines and all this other stuff and being well known. But now I just want to have fun and not have to stress. Okay, success to me right now is enjoying life, traveling, meeting new people, and not having to stress about supporting myself through that.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And you feel like 16-year-old self was like very like talking about like the accreditations more. Like it was like, okay, I have to be like the number one scientist and I have to be the number one mathematician and I have to be with all of these designer brands.
Not necessarily, because I feel like that's when I wrote my college essay. So I didn't want to be famous at 18, but I feel like my views were still the same in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be famous, but I wanted to like make this huge, big impact, and it needed to be immediate. Like it needed to be as soon as possible. But now it's like, it can wait. The impact will still happen. Oh, don't get me wrong. I will be making an impact.
We'll be waiting for it.
I will be making an impact, but I'm just going to let life takes me, and where it goes, where it will go, and I'll do the best with what I have at the moment. If you asked me like 6 months ago, like, oh, what do you want to do? I would have given you an answer. Right now, I don't know.
And that's beautiful.
It's scary, Diana. It's scary.
And here I thought she was so like calm and nonchalant and relaxed. I'm going to go travel. And she's like, no, it's not.
I know. I'm just going to keep speaking it out there that it's going to go amazing. And if I'm ever in a hardship, I'm going to work through it. And yes.
You like Mel Robbins, right?
I love Mel Robbins.
Oh my god! I wish
love
you had
Mel
the shirt
Robbins.
on.
My mom just got
She
me.
has the Let Them shirt, and it's awesome.
My mom just
You
got
wore it
me a
yesterday.
shirt. Yes.
Yeah.
She just got it for me 3 days ago. That said, "Let them."
No, you know something that I learned about with Mel Robbins that actually changed my life. Like, identify as an anxious person, and I feel like most overachievers like struggle with anxiety with that like immediate like I need to control what's going on in my life. And the way that she described like backing up from anxiety is that, or how she described anxiety like specifically, is anxiety is like a moment of time where you feel like you're not capable of doing something. And the way that she like went back on that is saying that like, okay, I'm capable of doing this thing. And I feel like if you keep saying like the manifesting of like, I can do this and this will happen for me and I will make this impact and like I'm capable of making this impact, you will.
I agree. The let them theory actually is amazing. I'm a type of person that I need to control everything in my life. Very similar to you probably. And after listening to that, I spent the next week, any minor thing, just let them. My boyfriend was so annoyed with me. My mom was so annoyed with me, but I was just like,
I remember in the car, like,
let them.
I remember in the car, we were driving to like Wynwood, and Malaika was just like in the car, and she was just like, there was like people driving crazy, and then Malaika was like,
let them. Or if someone's angry, giving road rage, I just think like they must be having a bad day. I'm sorry for them. It's not my fault that they're having road rage. No, just let them. I don't want that negative energy. Why would I put that upon myself? Just let everybody do exactly what they want to do, unless it's bad. But
unless
like,
there's something that you can like please don't, like if someone's treating you badly, like please say something.
Of course.
And stand up for yourself. But if it's something that's out of your control, let it happen.
Exactly.
And don't try to like give yourself the burden of like trying to take control over something that you can't.
Yes.
That's very big. That's the whole thing with the let them theory.
Yes.
Like, describe your dream day in your dream life.
Oh my goodness. My dream day in my dream life. I have no idea.
And that's okay.
My dream day and my dream life? Okay,
Yeah.
my dream life. Okay.
Or at
let's
least
just
a
say-
dream day, even if it's
Okay,
for
yeah, a
today.
dream life. Yeah, a dream day today.
Yeah.
Okay. A dream day today is gonna be this, okay? Waking up,
Beautiful.
walking the dogs, making breakfast.
What's breakfast?
Ooh. Ooh, breakfast is
something.
eggs
Uh-huh.
with truffle seasoning and Italian cheese.
What type of cheese?
No, Italian cheese.
Those are
Italian mixed shredded cheese. I don't know. I get it from
okay,
Publix.
I get what you're saying.
And then strawberries and a chocolate.
Okay.
Yes. And a piece of sourdough.
What did you say?
He said watching Love Island with Roy and Carla. I haven't gotten there yet. You guys just hold on, okay? It's in the evening. Thing on the to-do list is to go to Pilates. Yes, go to Pilates
With
with
Carla.
a friend. With Carla.
Or jazz.
No, actually with everybody.
Yeah.
With more the merrier.
With a group of,
with
like,
a group
all
of
of your
people. We go to
besties, yeah.
Pilates and then afterwards we go get matcha and we talk and we just sit and we yap. Then we go home, we shower. We do a little bit of work. I feel like on my dream day is still gonna work a little bit.
That's okay.
Yeah, maybe just answer some emails.
But like nothing
or,
too heavy.
No.
Like a little something.
No, nothing too heavy, nothing too heavy. And then I take the dogs and we go to a farmer's market. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
I've been so wanting to go to a
cute. That is
farmer's
so
market.
cute.
We go to the farmer's market and we walk around and we try so many things and we pick up like some juices and we get some fresh fruit and then we like sit in the park and we have a little picnic with my picnic basket that I have.
Yes, I love your picnic basket.
And we play volleyball at the park with the volleyball. And then we come home and we change. And then we get pasta. Oh shoot, when are we gonna get the pasta? Then we go back out to a restaurant and we get
Okay.
pasta and we eat the pasta and it's like the most delicious thing. And then we go home and then we watch Love Island with the neighbors.
this can so
With
be
Roy and
done.
Carla.
Can
No,
we plan the
actually-
perfect day? Like Malaika's perfect day. That's so done. That's
I'm
so
making it
doable.
realistic because it's like half of the day is stuff that I already do.
Yeah.
But like the second half, like if
this
it was
is
all
so
in
doable.
one day.
This is so
Damn.
doable though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we're planning Malaika's perfect day.
Yes.
We're doing this. Okay, beautiful. We're planning your perfect day because this is so doable now. Like
You
that's
just
so.
have to. You just have to find a day where I'm free.
We'll find one. Either once in a blue moon, we'll find your like one free day.
Yes.
What piece of advice would you give someone looking to follow in your footsteps?
Looking to follow in my footsteps. Okay.
It can be in modeling. It can be in like being like in a math major. It can be in like a media.
I'll do all of the above.
Do
Okay,
it.
Let's start with math. You're going into math and you're a woman and people are like frowning upon you, which I feel like in this day and age it's not that common, but it still happens. Prove them wrong. Always prove them wrong because you are capable of doing anything you put your mind to, especially something in a male dominated field. 100%.
Absolutely.
If you are wanting to go into media planning, creativity, social media, I say be creative and try not to think what everybody cares. I feel like this happens to me too, and I've talked to other people about this, but like when you're getting ready to post something on social media, you're like, shoot, like, do I want to post this? What are people going to think? Like, it's just going to be bad. Don't care. Just do it. Don't care. Just do it. Can I read you the back of my phone?
Malaika, read us your phone case.
Yes. My phone case is a little bear with
I
an
love your
angel.
phone case, by the way.
Because in English, Malaika means angel. And she's holding a sign. She's holding a little heart that says, just do it. And in big, bold words, it says, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me, baby. You're the main character in your life. Stop worrying what everybody else is thinking and focus your energy on making yourself happy. I try to read it every
love
single
it.
day. Every single day. Whenever I'm just like, I put it down on the table, someone else reads it, and I'm like, yes, exactly. You think that what that phone says. Don't care what anybody else thinks as long as you're confident in yourself. Also, like, that's in the modeling industry too. If you're confident in yourself, you just keep working towards something that you want to do. You just keep going because the only thing that's really going to stop you is you. Yeah.
I love that. And that's everything.
Yes, I feel like that's everything I had to say. Is there more than that?
No, that's beautiful. You did math, you did modeling, you did media.
Yes.
I love it. That's the end. If all of our viewers and all of our dreamers in the audience want to find you, where can they find you?
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram at Malaika Guttoh, my full name. And you can find me on TikTok at Malaika0408. Please follow, please comment. I follow back, I comment back. I love all the love. I love everything.
Also, her page is a masterpiece, by the way.
Her
page is
hard.
a masterpiece. Like, the aesthetics, the colors, like, everything. Also, she does this as a living, and she does it for herself, so, like, it reflects.
Work so hard on my social media.
It's beautiful. It's a masterpiece.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me.
Yeah, and also, guys, that goes for any of our dreamers. They're all so welcome to, like, meet you guys. So if you guys want to, like, DM them, all of their social medias are on each of their posts that are posted on the LNGT podcast Instagram. So you guys are more than welcome to DM any of them, including Malaika.
Yes.
But anyway, do you want to say bye?
Bye, dreamers!
Late night girl talks.